In all of our lives, we have choices, and every choice that we make has a consequence. Some choices have good consequences attached to them, like you study for a test and make a good grade. Other choices have bad consequences, like if you don't study for the test and you make a bad grade. But the choice is always yours, and the consequence is going to be yours too. And the four things you have control over when making your choices are what you think, what you say, what you feel, and what you do. Especially in athletics, we have a choice every day to choose to get better or get bitter. So go out there and choose to be a coffee bean.
We are trying to quantify our culture. We are trying to be coffee beans. We are trying to positively transform our schools to make them great places for kids to be a part of and grow and be safe and happy and then move on to be confident, resilient global citizens. How we do that is we give points across the things that we want our student athletes to be. And what that is number one, we want them to be good students. Number two, we want them to be servant leaders. And number three, we want them to grow personally in everything that they do. And we want to practice that as much as possible.
Dragon Warrior is being a member of a team at Southwest High School that encompasses academics, supporting others, your sport, but just being a part of a bigger picture that we want. And it's a team of individuals that we really get to measure the all-around athlete, involvement in school, community pride, servicing others, having success on the academic fields. It's just all-encompassing, and we're one big team.
So they can be involved in their community, be part of something bigger than themselves and their school and their team and their group of friends, to be part of the community of Southwest.
With it, kind of opened my eye to show me that it's not just about your team or about you. It's about bigger than your team, your school, your whole community.
I think that one of the biggest things is it allows kids to take what they learn not only in the classroom but in the playing field, in their sports competitions, to understand what it takes to be a leader, and also to be able to help other people to understand what it takes. Being a student athlete is not easy. The best part is that they can take that and transition into the real world when they get older in their life and their successes that they have. It makes them a little bit more resilient, especially when their skills and everything, so that they understand what it takes to be successful in life.
Yeah, personally, it's helped me shift my attitude and how I feel towards my everyday life, going into my sport. I guess it just changes the mindset that we have. It makes us think, okay, even if we're not doing well today, what is it that in our sport or in our school can we do to make us think positive and do better as a student and an athlete?
And so in order to do that, we offer points in a lot of areas. Number one, we offer points in grades. So if a student athlete gets on the A honor roll, they get 25 points. We do 3 warrior events. Those warrior events are meant to bring out our student athletes to support other students. 2 of those are athletic events where we choose a volleyball game or a tennis tournament or things like that, a fire and armor bowl, soccer game. And we want all of our students to choose to go out there and support their student athlete teammates. And then we have one where it's not about athletics, it's about others. It's about us getting out there to the rest of the school and showing that we support them and the things that they choose to do and be great at. And to support others that we know are working just as hard in areas that are very important to them, and we want to support them in those endeavors. The next thing is how we grow as a person. So there's a couple of ways that we do that. Number one is we have a growth challenge that we do every week. Number two is every 9 weeks we have our 7 habits test. So every time our kids know what those 7 habits are. A student can choose to watch a documentary, watch a show, listen to a podcast, listen to an audiobook. They can choose to read a book. We have points that we give depending on what kind of work they do with that. So we also do service events. So if we might take in the morning, we might take an entire group of athletes to different elementary schools and open doors for the elementary kids. Taking in food for the food bank. we're giving points for how we serve those. We are trying to celebrate, quantify our culture, and celebrate the consistent good choices our kids make. We score everything on what a kid can choose to do, and that every kid has an opportunity to choose to do. That is what our Warrior program is about. It is about the consistent choices that our kids make. Because of the consistency of their choices, they earn a scholarship that starts from $2,000 and can go possibly down to $500. And we are all about how do we get our kids to understand that it's within them. They get to choose their habits that create their future. And that's what we're trying to build with the Southwest ISD Warrior program.